Dearest Mother, I came to this rock to find you, but I only find myself surrounded by schemers. The President, the soldier, the Duchess, and the Cardinal, and those who invited us here. But I won't be a pawn in their games. What brought you here? What have you left for me to find? Are you even still alive?
Why do you think she wanted to leave?
Everything is possible if you make the right choices.
It will take all my skill and my silver tongue to solve this mystery. Before it's too late.
Et coucou tout le monde! Salut, j'espère que tout le monde va bien en ce jeudi 12 mai, fin de semaine, voilà, fin de semaine et nouvelle découverte. Nouvelle découverte aujourd'hui avec The Council, donc le conseil. Voilà, c'est un jeu qui est sorti en 2018 et qui se sépare en 5 épisodes du coup, donc avec le premier épisode qui est sorti en 2018. C'est un jeu effectivement aussi qui a été développé par Big Bad Wolf Studio. Alors, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, il y a un jeu qui va bientôt sortir qui s'appelle Vampire the Masquerade Song. Voilà, c'est le même studio du coup qui a développé donc The Council et édité par Focus Home. Donc voilà, donc aujourd'hui nouvelle découverte. On va déjà enclencher un premier épisode aujourd'hui et on verra, je pense aussi demain, pour continuer l'aventure, ainsi que la semaine prochaine. Voilà, tout simplement, on finira la semaine prochaine très certainement. Alors, qui c'est qu'on incarne dans ce jeu? On incarne Louis de Richère et l'action se passe en 1793. Donc on a été récemment, on est devenu récemment membre d'une société secrète dirigée par Lord Mortimer. Chaque décision aura des conséquences et je développerai aussi, du moins le personnage développera en fait des compétences au fil de l'histoire. Il y a de l'intrigue, puisque notre mère, qui fait partie aussi de ce conseil-là, a disparu. Le but du jeu, déjà, c'est de trouver ma mère, découvrir les mystérieux secrets des autres hôtes, puisqu'on va être invité à une soirée chez Lord Mortimer, et vous allez voir au fur et à mesure du jeu, on va rencontrer des personnes avec certains noms qu'on connaît quand même, voilà. Et donc, on devra donc découvrir les secrets et les mystères des autres hôtes de cette soirée en utilisant le système d'influence. Alors, le système d'influence, ça va être quoi? Ça va être de la manipulation, ça va être des mensonges, ça va être beaucoup de choses. Voilà, ça va être des choix avec des conséquences. Ça va être assez drôle parce que les conséquences sont permanentes et laisseront des traces dans l'histoire, ainsi que sur le physique des différents personnages, notamment du mien aussi, et du mental des personnages dans le jeu. Donc c'est assez intéressant. Vous savez que j'aime beaucoup les jeux narratifs, donc on est sur un jeu narratif avec, comme dit, voilà, un système d'influence, de manipulation, enfin bref, tout ce qu'on peut imaginer dans un jeu comme ça où il faut découvrir la vérité et tout. Donc on verra bien ce que ça va donner. Je vais pas tarder à lancer le jeu. J'espère en tout cas que tout le monde va bien. Comme d'habitude, la vidéo sera aussi positionnée sur YouTube. Donc, coucou YouTube. Voilà. Bonjour à tous et coucou YouTube. Coucou Twitch. Coucou YouTube. Donc, voilà le premier épisode de la découverte The Council. Cette semaine aussi est sorti le replay donc Twitch de Black Sad. Until My Skin. Et il y aura la suite aussi samedi. Donc, voilà. Je mets au fur et à mesure les vidéos, hein. Je suis plutôt pas trop en retard par rapport à ça, donc ça va. Et comme dit, voilà, The Council ira aussi sur YouTube, je pense courant de la semaine prochaine, voire fin de semaine prochaine, début de la semaine suivante. Voilà, il y aura les épisodes disponibles comme d'habitude aussi sur YouTube. On verra par la suite après pour d'autres découvertes, peut-être un petit retour aussi sur des jeux que j'avais déjà fait ou reprise aussi de certains jeux sur lesquels je ne suis pas retournée depuis aussi. Donc voilà, on verra au fur et à mesure. des prochains jours. Mais bon, pour l'instant, on est sur The Council, on est sur de l'intrigue, on est sur de la manipulation, on est sur des mystères et des secrets en 1793. Donc on va voir comment tout ça va se goupiller. Et comme dit, voilà, comme d'habitude, n'hésitez pas à me dire au niveau du son si tout va bien. Voilà. Je vais lancer tout doucement le jeu et on va s'y mettre tout doucement. Et coucou tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Alors, hop, on va réenclencher une sauvegarde. Voilà. Et on va démarrer le jeu tout de suite.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone.
Et coucou H, comment
As
ça
for
va?
you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von
Et salut
Borchert,
Nico!
you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
J'espère que vous allez bien.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
Bon, on commence bien
You
le
know-
jeu là. Hein.
I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
On va lui faire confiance, allez.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman.
Vous me direz si ça va
Means
au
I
niveau
haven't
du son
finished
aussi?
with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchardt.
Well done, Mother. You just
Hey,
had to
coucou
pick up
Thierry,
Von
comment
Burchart's
ça va?
trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which,
Ça va
by the
bien,
way,
je te
looks more like
remercie.
a big rock than a paradise island.
On découvre un nouveau jeu aujourd'hui, tranquille.
How he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Raison personnelle.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Ah, c'est pas grave, H. Suis tes cours.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah, don't! No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay down.
La vache, ça commence bien, dis donc. Hein.
Phew.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Ok, donc visiblement, on est arrivé. Notre mère a disparu. On est arrivé donc à une soirée secrète où il y aura d'autres hôtes. Et on devra donc percer les différents mystères pour retrouver notre mère.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Ok, on a plusieurs classes. Alors, diplomate. Le diplomate brille en société, orateur de talent, il sait éviter les faux pas et impose ses idées sans froisser ses interlocuteurs. La politique est son domaine de prédilection. C'est pas pour moi. Occultiste, yeah, maître des faux semblants, convaincu de l'importance du savoir, il a accumulé de riches connaissances en sciences et en art. Utiliser les autres pour arriver à ses fins ne lui pose aucun problème. À savoir que dans ce jeu-là, on devra quand même manipuler pas mal de gens, hein, puisqu'on doit quand même découvrir des infos, donc voilà. Détective excelle dans l'investigation, entraîné à remarquer les moindres détails, tant dans l'environnement que chez les interlocuteurs. Homme de terrain, il n'a pas peur des approches directes. Choisir une classe détermine vos compétences primaires. Les autres compétences seront accessibles, mais seront plus chères à débloquer. Je pense qu'on va jouer à fond sur la manipulation et l'occultisme. Yes. Du coup, 3 points de disponibles. Votre passé vous octroie 1 point de compétence en manipulation. Votre passé vous octroie 1 point de compétence en psychologie. Je rappelle quand même qu'on devra utiliser le système d'influence dans ce jeu. Hein, donc autant qu'on y aille à fond. Hein. Du coup, attends. Qu'est-ce qu'il me donne? Occultisme. Connaissance des mythes, symboles et occultes et religions, langue morte, société secrète. Yes. Et ça, c'est quoi? Psychologie, oui. Oui. Est-ce que j'ai droit à autre chose ou pas du tout? Retirer 1 point. Pourquoi retirer 1 point? Attends, non. Mince. J'ai plus de points? Ah, 0 point? Ah, mais je l'ai mis là. Mais oui, attends. Action et option de dialogue. Donc j'ai mis 1 point en occultisme, 1 point, 2 points en manipulation. Ça c'est quoi? Psychologie. Ok. Ça a l'air d'être pas trop mal là, je pense. Validé.
I have been involved in all sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So, to stop the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple souls.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the young and brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Pas du tout. Hein. Non. Non. Ah, est-ce que je la connais ou est-ce que vous vous souvenez de moi, n'est-ce pas? Non. Désolé.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
Oops.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Ok. Opportunité. Vos compétences vous permettent de découvrir les détails cachés. Ouh, attends.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Ok, personnalité. Chaque interlocuteur que vous rencontrez sur l'île possède une personnalité propre qui le rend vulnérable à certains... Ouh, cool! À certaines compétences et immunisé à d'autres. Ah! Savoir exploiter cette personnalité est crucial pour mener à bien vos projets. Les immunités rencontrées vous desserviront et vous laisseront épuiser, tandis que les vulnérabilités exploitées vous rendront un point d'effort. Oh!
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Ok. Ok. On va fouiller un peu le coin. Gelée royale restaure 2 points d'effort. Oh, cool. Vous ne pouvez pas emporter plus de 5. Alors, on découvre en même temps au fur et à mesure. Hein. Fouinons, fouinons. Ah. Alors pour l'instant on ne sait pas grand chose. Hein. On n'a pas d'infos sur la société secrète pour laquelle on est, dont on fait partie.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Mm-hmm.
Great, honey.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son.
Salut
I
Tim,
must tell
comment
you
ça
we
va?
are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
La maman.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy
N'hésitez pas à me
searching
dire s'ils
every
sont, ça va,
nook
hein.
and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location.
D'accord.
But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After
ça va, je te remercie, je veux bien.
none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Ok, attends. Compétences, accès à des choix, action unique en échange de points d'effort. Plus le niveau de compétence est élevé, moins le coût en points d'effort est élevé. On est d'accord. Des témoins.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The
Coucou,
one you
coupe.
arrived by.
Ok, alors attends. File-moi le mouchoir.
Pass me the handkerchief.
But sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings? Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your master, she's gone missing. And you seem incapable of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it all off, you refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes? Is that what you wish me to report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such an idiot. Here you are.
Ok, bingo.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Ok, on a débarqué sur l'île, invité par Lord Mortimer. On fait partie d'une société secrète. Notre mère a disparu. On sait qu'elle se baladait sur le quai à la recherche de on ne sait quoi. Et on est en 1793. Voilà.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
Alors je sais pas où est-ce qu'on va planquer ça. Hein. On doit faire le tour là histoire de choper des trucs.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Ok. Bah, le jeu est pas mal pour l'instant, il est sorti en 2018.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Et ce qui est sympa, c'est de voir en fait le jeu qui va être édité. Parce que comme je parlais au tout début, ça a été donc développé par Big Bad Wolf. Et en fait, Big Bad Wolf, c'est les développeurs du futur jeu Vampire, The Masquerade, Swansong. Voilà, qui va sortir mi-mai. C'est les mêmes devs.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Qui ont fait du coup The Council.
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. A letter written in an Oriental language. I haven't the slightest idea what it says.
On fouille, hein. On fouille quand même pas mal, hein, je trouve. Hein.
It's
too badly written. I can't make out the address.
Attends, celui-là.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
Ok.
The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there.
Ok, ça s'appelle l'ordre. On fait partie de l'ordre.
This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
Ok, il y a le Vatican.
Probably a Dutchman. Samuel Ritter Dauchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here. It's an anagram of Louis Moras de Riche. You wanted to write to me then. Let's see what's inside this letter.
Ok.
So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
Donc notre
What is
mère
your
nous a
game here,
écrit.
what are these strange turns of phrase? I've never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further, by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think! Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
Merde. Difficulté, un politique. J'ai pas le nom.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Ok, donc notre mère est bienvenue ici. Hein. Elle est bienvenue ici. Sauf que ça fait plusieurs semaines qu'elle a disparu. Hein. Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre?
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Ah!
It's locked. I'll never get it open bare-handed.
Bah, on a une barre de fer. Crocheter la serrure. Oh, cool.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way.
Évidemment. Crocheter la serrure.
There we are. This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Alors c'est pareil, notre personnage a des visions. C'est quand même assez bizarre. Hein. Gelée royale. Ok.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dog. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but
It's a waste.
Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother.
Plutôt
and quickly,
joli, hein,
too.
le jeu, hein, je trouve encore. Hein, pas mal. Hein. Ok. Ah. Ah. Fragment d'ambre. Oh, cool. Pour augmenter les points d'effort.
Fragment of amber.
Chercher plus d'indices ou remonter vers le manoir. Est-ce qu'on a autre chose qui brille là? Ça a pas l'air. Attends. Non. Ok.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
D'accord. Bon, alors, mis à part le fait qu'on peut monter maintenant, est-ce qu'il y a... Je vais être sûre de ne pas rater un truc. Le jeu sera vraiment décisif, on va dire, au niveau des choix. Comme je l'ai expliqué avant, il va falloir découvrir des mystères et des secrets, donc en utilisant le système d'influence. Par contre, les conséquences sont permanentes et laisseront des traces sur l'histoire des personnages, autant physique que mentale. Ça va être top, hein. Ah!
A Latin inscription.
En nessis, mi fili quantile produncia mundus vergatur. You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Immunité découverte, Lord Mortimer. Mhm.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Oh, oula! Ok. Donc il a récupéré une lettre de ma mère qu'il faut que je récupère impérativement. Durant une confrontation, vous devez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Ok. Les confrontations ont des conséquences pour la suite de l'histoire. N'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. Oh!
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Ok, mensonge et trahison. Allons-y. Et depuis une semaine.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
On fait partie de l'ordre doré? Non. On dit rien?
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Bien sûr qu'il faut me la donner. Attends, vous pouvez compter sur moi? Oui, je la donnerai. Vous pouvez compter sur moi.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
I would expect nothing less. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
C'est promis. Attends, confrontation, dernière étape. Pour la dernière étape d'une confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Ok? Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous donniez une bonne ou que vous soyez à court de maladresse. Ok. Bon. Une réponse positive. Je préfère jurer sur autre chose. Je ne crois pas en son Dieu. Attends, pas de souci.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Richet. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals.
Okay.
The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Ok, on sait ce que notre mère elle fait du coup. Alors, de nombreux objets et indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact sur le déroulement du jeu, donc n'hésitez pas à explorer. D'accord. Donc notre mère est une passeuse. Elle fait passer des gens, elle fait passer la frontière à des gens. Tout va bien. Ok, alors on va fuiner avant de rejoindre le groupe près de la cheminée. On a quoi autour de nous d'abord? Ce qui expliquerait peut-être le fait qu'elle ait disparu. Elle s'est peut-être fait toper dans cette histoire. Croix de Malte. La croix de Malte octroie l'effet d'exalter. Ok, vous percevez temporairement les humilités et vulnérabilités affectant des choix de dialogue lors des conversations où vous ne pouvez pas emporter plus de 5. Alors moi personnellement je prends absolument tout. Je prends tout. On verra plus tard à quoi ça sert et comment on va l'utiliser clairement. Est-ce qu'on peut monter?
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests first.
Ah, ça va, ça va. Oh, une carte. Ok, bon.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Prendre l'ouvrage, je suis pas sûre. Érudit niveau 1.
Open to Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
Ah, mais on le garde quand même. Ok. On a de la place, dis donc, dans la veste, hein.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United
George
States of
Washington.
America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Maurras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you'll forgive my indiscretion?
Oh, mais t'es bien indiscret, toi, dis donc.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Attends, du coup, si j'ai bien compris, monsieur de Richet, vous êtes ici afin de rejoindre votre mère. Pour quelle raison exactement? Invente quelque chose.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Ouh, là. Et
Good Lord, Washington is wearing the emblem
Grand
of the
maître
Grand
de l'ordre
Master of the
doré.
Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host,
Oh la
Lord
vache.
Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up?
Great start.
Attends.
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home.
Alors attends, restez écouter Washington et écouter le lien entre Holm et ma mère. Ah! J'aurais dit...
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion.
Mais lui connaissait aussi
Emily,
notre mère.
please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Attends. C'est quoi l'histoire justement? Doucement.
Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
Avec la perruque et la poudre. J'avoue, la poudre, hein.
Threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead.
Alors, attends.
What do you want to know?
Qu'est-ce que ma mère venait faire ici? C'est quoi le lien entre Hillsborough et ma mère? Qui aurait pu en vouloir à ma mère? Manque-t-il quelqu'un d'autre que ma mère? Qu'est-ce qu'elle venait faire ici ou est-ce qu'il manquait quelqu'un d'autre?
Sir, do you know Emily Hillsborough?
Oh, Madame la Duchesse. Of course. It was I who invited her to the island.
Do you know of any link between her and my mother?
Not really, no. They may well have met at the court of King George, but I can't be sure about that.
No dispute between them, then?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And even if Duchess Hillsborough is a complex woman to understand, I honestly can't imagine her in a conflict with the famous Sara de Ricci.
No!
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Dinchet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Alors attends, diagnostic rapide, remarquez quelque chose d'étrange.
It's just a dizzy spell, don't worry. You'll be alright. Her heart rate is already becoming more stable.
Wow. Poor girl's had her hands tattooed. I've seen these pinnacles before in old occult books from the end of the 12th century. I don't know what that young woman's trying to protect herself from, but she definitely takes it seriously.
I'm so sorry.
Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Sea air can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
I segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Il me faudrait des compétences supplémentaires.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Attends. Stop.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my old friend assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Attends, mais comment je chope des... J'ai chopé des points, là? Il me faut des compétences. Attends 2 secondes. Personnage. Ah. Conviction. Attends, logique. Psychologie. Je peux rien mettre? Un point restant avant le niveau 1. On peut pas mettre de points? Merde.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Il a parlé de pont du couloir.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Bon, alors on a elle, on a qui
Duke
d'autre?
Manuel Godoy.
On a un duc. En même temps, on voit qui c'est qui est là. Hein.
Huh, that's me.
Ah, c'est nous. Bon, nous on est là. Qui c'est qu'il y a d'autre?
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Le cardinal. Non mais tout ce beau monde fait partie d'une société secrète quand même. Hein. C'est tout? Ok, bon. La chambre. J'ai vu un truc. Gelée royale, magnifique. Il faudra que je regarde pour les compétences par contre. Hein.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
Voilà, c'est moi.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust.
Non mais on s'en fout, on l'ouvre. Ouvre cette lettre.
Okay, let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi. So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon.
Ok, donc ça c'est une liste de compatriotes à faire sortir de la France.
Wow, nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Allez vous coucher. Ah ouais d'accord. Bon bah. Alors par contre moi ce que je veux savoir... Attends c'est pas ça. C'est les talents. Attends, les talents, les traits. En même temps je regarde un peu comment c'est parce que du coup là... Personnalité, voilà. Moi j'ai quoi là? Niveau 1 en occultisme. Érudition, manipulation, agilité, logique, psychologie. Ouais, en fait, il me faudrait psychologie et vigilance. Niveau 0. La carte, le journal. Et l'inventaire. Ça, c'est l'invitation de Mortimer, du coup. Ok, donc ça c'était Mortimer qui nous a quand même prévenu que notre mère avait disparu. Eau de milice, croix l'effet concentré, d'accord. Je récupère des tonnes de trucs. Ah, gelée royale, maximum 5, il y avait marqué. Hein. Où est-ce que ça m'emmène tout ça? Je reste dans la même chambre ou pas? D'accord. Bon, il y va tout seul. il y avait un bouquin sur les quais. J'ai pas trouvé les indices de ma mère sur les quais. Bon, après, l'alternative, hein, c'était un choix. Par contre, ouais, je pensais... Ah, j'ai pas trouvé tous les indices sur ma mère. Merde. D'accord. Ah, du coup, oui. Du coup, j'ai quoi? Attends, 4 points disponibles. Magnifique. Il nous fallait psychologie et... vigilance. Ajouter un point. Alors, psychologie, on prend. Vigilance. Et... Attends. Combien de points? Il me reste un point. Vigilance. Psychologie, c'est bon. Par contre, occultisme. On va le mettre là quand même.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for
qui, lui?
bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durocher's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Je pense que c'est lui, Lord Mortimer. On voit pas son visage.
Pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this.
C'est Bonaparte.
Come, take a seat, my friend.
Ah ouais.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Mm-hmm.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Comment il arrive à faire ça? Bon, c'est non sans conséquence, hein. Mais punaise!
I'm coming.
Attends, 2 secondes.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
D'accord, on récupère juste la clé.
Bien, monsieur
Oui,
Davis.
la clé. Merci. Ok, donc ils nous ont installés dans la chambre de notre mère. Où est la porte? Oh là là. Attends. Attends 2 secondes. Oh là là.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
Non.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams.
Ah!
But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room.
Faire
And
diversion.
perhaps get my
ok.
hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are 2 men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Ah, on va quand même l'aider, hein. Mais d'autre côté, ouais, il faudrait que j'enquête sur la vision. Ouais. Mais bon, on va quand même l'aider.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Retenir Elisabeth.
Trust me.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Petit salon. Hein.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Merde. Non, mais heureusement qu'il... En gros, c'est pas par là. Où est-ce que tu vas? Non, mais c'est grand, hein. Petit salon. Donc, attends, c'est en bas. Non, mais on écoute aux portes.
Ah, my son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe a Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you. Who do you...
Oh, attendez, chemin multiple. Plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre objectif. Il peut être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager sur la première voie que vous trouvez.
Think you are. If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy. If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Attends. Il oublie où il se trouve.
You're not back in your slum now. You're in Lord Mortimer's home. I suggest you think carefully about what you're going to do.
Don't think you're getting away with it that easily.
On se calme,
I'm
on se
sick
calme.
of all
Hein.
these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Women, right? They really do drive us crazy sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Attends, décontenancé. Un interlocuteur vous a mis au défi. Le coût d'utilisation d'une compétence augmente. Utilisez un accélérateur pour vous soigner. Non mais attends. Je suis allée dans son sens pour calmer le jeu. Il va vraiment me tuer? Attends. Merde. Attends.
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong? Someone cut your balls off?
Non mais je viens de répétition de l'étape. J'ai rien d'autre. Je vais mourir.
Listen, we barely know each other, and it seems everything went a bit too far. Let me apologize if I offended you in any way.
What's wrong?
Dernière
Someone
chance.
cut your balls off?
Étape échouée.
You should have kept your big nose out.
Oups. Oh là là, oh là là, oh là là. Mais oui, en plus elle a laissé tomber un talisman, je l'ai vu. Ah! Merde. Consultez les immunités et vulnérabilités des autres invités. Oh là là. J'aurais dû la laisser se faire tabasser ou quoi?
The bastard caught me dead to rights.
Mince.
Liam, you have failed me. I don't know what you were doing, but Elizabeth returned much too soon.
Oh non, elle est revenue trop tôt.
And I would have been caught. I didn't get time to search through everything, but I did manage to find what I was looking for. The young lady really is John Adams' daughter. Signed, George Washington.
Well done, Louis. The President of the United States asked for your assistance and you screwed up?
Mother finds out, I get the feeling I'll never hear the end of it. Not for a few years, anyway.
Now, what was I going to do last night? Ah, yes. Search the room.
According to what I saw in my vision, this room was Mother's before I got it. Maybe she left something behind that will help me find her.
Ok, alors attends, c'est quoi ça? Comment c'est la quête? Les 9 livres de l'archidoxe magique. C'est que ça? Les vies parallèles, manuscrits à équiper? Ok.
Nothing.
Fouillons la chambre où ma mère était jadis.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
On a une clé aussi. Mais oui. J'aurais dû laisser l'autre se faire frapper.
Writing material.
Ah mais c'est chiant quoi. Attends. Vigilance indisponible, laissez. Mais j'ai pas de difficulté de vigilance indisponible. Y a vraiment pas moyen de récupérer des vigilances. Prochain point, c'est vigilance, hein, bordel. Hein. Parce qu'on a visiblement on a une lettre.
The incredulity of Saint Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented Saint Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Inventaire plein.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Ok, elle a toujours ses valises de...
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured...
Ça, c'est ce qu'on a fait avant. C'est les fameuses, la fameuse clé.
Inspiration of Saint Matthew, or Matthew
La
writing
clé
his
qui ouvre
gospel,
quoi d'ailleurs, hein?
dictated to him by voices.
Ok, on a trouvé ça. Mais il doit y avoir une lettre quelque part, ou il doit y avoir un meuble où on peut justement... Fouiner. On va voir. Ok, là, il n'y a rien.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Passage secret.
Look, markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
A Voyage Around the World, the travelogue of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Vigilance, mais vigilance.
Not far from solving the puzzle, I must keep searching.
Je pense qu'on est sur une piste là. Il y a quelque chose dans le bouquin, on a une fameuse clé. Ah.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Ah ben voilà, utiliser la clé. Ok, c'est quoi?
Effects of Sœur de Richet, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Objet non ramassé, inventaire plein. Comment je dégage? Voir dans le menu.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Comment je fais? Attends, l'inventaire. Merde. Comment on dégage l'inventaire? On peut pas... c'est quoi ça? Vie parallèle. Gelée royale, élixir d'or, croix de Malte. Consommer. Il faudrait que je dise la croix de Malte aussi. Hein. Donc ça, du coup... Ouais, immunité et vulnérabilité affectant un choix de dialogue. Dévoile temporairement. Prochain... Ah, bah voilà. Prochaine utilisation de compétences est gratuite. Consommée avec... Alors, attends. Ok. Attends. Point de compétence. Mais non. Coup de point d'effort, plus 1. Prochaine compétence gratuite. Bah oui, attends.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Ok, on a tout récupéré. Ça, d'accord. Ok, bon. Il me faut vraiment... Élixir d'or. Oh, yes.
Golden elixir.
Ok. Moi, ce que je veux, c'est des compétences.
Inferno by Dante.
Déjà vu l'enfer de Dante.
Abandon hope, all ye who
Cherchez une
enter
trace
here.
de votre mère.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Il faut certainement...
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
J'ai une barre de fer normalement pour pouvoir péter les trucs. Hein. Est-ce qu'il n'y avait pas autre chose à récupérer ici ou
Writing material.
Ouais, la vigilance. J'aimerais bien avoir cette compétence. Elle a rien laissé dehors. Y a que dalle.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Ah, c'est pas notre chambre à côté. Yes. Sauf qu'on peut même pas y aller en fait. Par contre, j'ai cru voir un point là. Ok, c'est juste un point de vue.
A ruble.
This room looks unoccupied.
Ok, chambre inoccupée. Et j'ai vu... pièce de collection. Ok, pour l'instant, on n'est pas trop aidé là. Hein. Inventaire plein. Je ne sais pas si je peux... Je sais pas si ce que c'est ce plus 1 en haut. Carte personnage, talent. Ah, attendez, est-ce que je peux retirer un point ici? Non. J'aurais voulu peut-être retirer un point. Ou de points d'effort récompensés. Décontenancé. Ouais, je sais pas à quel moment ils vont à quel moment je vais pouvoir récupérer ce point. Ah, je peux pas encore sortir. D'accord. Bon, alors déjà, il y a quelque chose à faire avec ça. Difficulté 2, vigilance indisponible. Mais comment tu récupères? Ok, je suis pas loin, mais je dois encore fouiller, me dit-il. D'accord. Il y a quelque chose d'écrit dans le bouquin. Il me faut quoi? Il me faut une... Il me faut quoi? Il me faut une bougie? Il me faut quelque chose pour... On va voir. Bon, les tableaux, on les a vus. On a vu les tableaux. On a vu ce qui était sur les bureaux. Ça, le tableau, c'est vu aussi. Ça, c'est le bouquin de Dante.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Et là, c'est que des tableaux.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ouais, vu qu'il me manque une compétence.
Look.
Ça, on l'a vu avant.
On the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Et normalement, c'est le chandelier qui devrait ouvrir le passage secret, non? Même pas? Ah! Putain, en fait, il faut que je laisse des trucs parce que... C'est quoi ça? Attends, difficulté... Agilité. Ok, et des trucs même en haut. Non mais c'est chelou, attends, mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc? Je peux pas briser, je dois rater un truc, c'est pas possible. On peut pas briser...
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Nothing.
Il y a au niveau des tableaux, ça là-bas c'est fait.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable.
Bah oui, mais la clé que moi j'ai, elle est déjà ouverte pour autre chose.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
On sait qu'elle a pas eu le temps de défaire ses valises. Est-ce que je peux vraiment pas Ah, j'ai mal géré le truc là. Hein. Ah, j'ai mal géré les compétences.
Writing material.
Ouais, vigilance. Par contre, ouais, il me manque. J'aurais dû tout mettre en vigilance tout de suite en fait. Mais je peux pas sortir là parce que franchement. Je vais aller ailleurs moi. Laisse-moi sortir de la chambre.
This room looks unoccupied.
Chambre inoccupée. Il y a une bouteille qui se balade toute seule. Ok, on a que la vue là, on est d'accord hein? On a que la vue. Hein. Le +1 qui est en haut, je sais pas ce que ça veut dire en fait. Chercher des traces de ma mère, moi je veux bien.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Chambre de Piaggi. Qu'est-ce que j'ai raté?
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Je peux vraiment pas sortir de la chambre, fais voir. Ok, on peut vraiment pas sortir de la chambre. Il y a un truc d'inscrit dans le bouquin. Sauf que, ouais, je crois qu'il me manque vraiment quelque chose, quoi. Ouais, il y a une page avec un symbole et du coup, vu que j'ai pas... C'est quoi? Vigilance. Ce qui aurait été cool, ça aurait été de reset peut-être les performances. Journal et inventaire. Pièces de collection, pièces égarées dans le manoir de Lord. Ok. Bon, ça c'était quoi? Prochaine utilisation de compétences est gratuite. Ouais, mais alors pourquoi j'arrive pas à utiliser le... Parce que j'ai un truc de compétences. Pourquoi je peux pas l'utiliser? Comment on peut faire? Bah ouais, elle est là. Coup de... Quoi? Coup de point d'effort 1. C'est vraiment celui-là qu'il me faudrait en fait. Il n'y a pas moyen en fait. Hein. Et là je peux pas... Ah, ça aurait été cool de pouvoir dégager un point genre, je sais pas moi.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Mais on a fouillé partout. Qu'est-ce que tu peux rater là? Ça c'est l'agilité, on peut pas choper. Voilà. Je vais raser les murs, hein.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy.
Ok, les tableaux, on les a tous vus.
It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont prévu pour les gens comme moi quand on est à ce niveau-là du jeu?
To lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Ah, il y a un truc sur le côté. Merde, il n'y a pas de point dessus. Ça, on l'a vu 100 fois.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Genre la plus terrifiante.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Bah ouais, sauf qu'on a déjà vu ça, hein. Gelée royale. Bon, j'ai l'inventaire qui est plein de toute façon. Élixir d'or pour me soigner. Attends 2 secondes, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Oh, l'élixir d'or.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Je me suis intoxiquée. C'est une blague?
Nothing.
Ah, j'apprends où sont les trucs, hein. Faut quand même le prendre en main, ce jeu-là. Attends, parce que pour l'instant, moi, je suis enfermée dans la chambre, là. Je peux pas changer les points de compétence. Ça, c'est con, par contre, que je puisse pas changer les points de compétence. Bah, c'est quand même chelou, quoi. Attends, mais tant que j'ai pas fait ça, il me débloque pas la chambre, hein.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Oui, non, mais ça fait 1 heure qu'on est proche de la fin de l'énigme, mais y a rien.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Toi qui entres ici, abandonne tout espoir.
Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Est-ce que j'aurais dû mettre tout de suite le point? Ils ont pas prévu un truc quand tu mets pas le point? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait là? On reprend la sauvegarde ou quoi? Et on met le point. Alors attendez. Je sais ce qu'on va faire. Où est-ce qu'il va me mettre? Merde, dans la chambre. Ah non, mais il me remet là. Bah oui, il me remet là. Merde. Bon, déjà, il y a moins de points d'allumés. Non, mais je suis larguée là, attends.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Oui, elle a pas fait ses valises. Oui, on a récupéré la clé. Oui, il y a plein de tableaux partout. Oui, il y a aussi ça où elle a écrit quelque chose. On sait que le bouquin là-bas, c'est l'enfer de Dante. Là, par contre, on sait que j'ai un blason là, un symbole ici. Sauf que je peux pas les examiner parce que j'ai pas le truc vigilance. J'ai pas ouais. Mince, mince et mince.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Attends, mais où est-ce que je peux pas faire un retour en arrière, me retrouver juste avant ça là, ou pas du tout? Non, parce qu'il y a que dalle. Hein. Tant que j'ai, en fait, tant que je suis bloquée, tant que j'ai pas cette compétence. Alors, je sais ce que je vais. Alors, attendez, je crois que je vais faire ça. Merde. Que je vais faire ça. Et que je vais faire ça. Alors attends 2 secondes. Ok, on reprend en arrière parce que là... Ok, on reprend en arrière, c'est pas grave. Parce que là, du coup, j'étais complètement bloquée, moi, dans la chambre. Je pouvais pas du tout avancer.
Your turn?
C'est pas grave, on revit la scène
The servants
de
are
eux.
not very efficient. Durishay can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this
Attendez,
late
je vais
hour.
pouvoir
It
changer
is
la
never
donne.
too late. And we have much to discuss. One last move?
Parce que la nana, elle est toujours pas Elizabeth Adams, là.
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this.
Et
Come,
oui.
take a seat, my friend.
Oh god, on va pouvoir changer la donne. Sur ce coup-là. Ben oui. Il vient à peine d'arriver, Napoléon. Donc là, on va avoir George Washington qui va venir. Voilà. Tu la retiens 10 minutes sans que je fouille sa chambre.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
J'espère juste que j'ai pas raté le moment où j'ai mis les points de compétence.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Ok. Alors. Interaction négative, d'accord. Ok, ok.
I'm coming.
Ok, alors, de toute façon, la clé restera ici. Tout ça, ça restera après ici. Oh, quoique, on prend la clé tout de suite. Voilà, on prend la clé, on se dépêche d'ouvrir la porte.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Pas du tout.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room, and perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true,
Ok, 10
there are
minutes.
two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
On va refaire
Count on
ça.
me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Ok, fais-moi confiance. Tac. Laisse-moi juste vérifier quelque chose. Mes points de compétence. Je les ai pas encore positionnés. Hein. Si, je crois. Merde. Je crois que les points de compétence, j'ai déjà mis. Hein.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Attends, c'est de l'autre côté. Mais voilà. Je crois que je vais être encore embêtée avec les points de compétence. Ah non, attends.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
Attends.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that?
On va rien faire du
She's
tout.
being
Hein.
manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it.
Attends.
Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Bon, on va laisser croire qu'il l'aide.
Who do you think you are?
Forgive me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Empêcher Adams de remonter, bah ouais.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
You filthy whore!
I apologize. Have mercy. Please have mercy. No!
I apologize. Nah. Mercy, have mercy. Nah. Where's that smart mouth now? I'll teach you a little respect. Huh?
My mother told me often enough. Sometimes the end does justify the means.
I'd hope I wouldn't have to apply that rule, but at least Washington will have enough time.
Point d'or pour vous
Please.
soigner.
It's too late for that. Leave me alone.
Merde, attends.
Forgive me. He took me by surprise. I didn't think he'd really hit you.
Please, don't touch me.
Bon, il a eu plus de temps maintenant. Jacques Perru, en plus on a découvert un personnage.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Yes, I found out many things.
Good.
Did Elizabeth give you any trouble?
Un
Elizabeth?
chouïa, ouais.
No.
Well, you could have mentioned she was with a raving maniac, huh?
What do you mean?
She was with a Frenchman. He was about to beat her when I arrived.
What the devil are you talking about?
I thought he was gonna kill the poor girl.
Did you intervene?
I did what was necessary to give you enough time to search her room.
Good work, my friend. I knew that I could count on you.
Ah non, mais
So tell me,
alors c'est moyen.
Did you
Hein.
find any information?
Oh, yes. What I found is likely to upset you.
What do you mean by that?
Elizabeth is indeed the daughter of John Adams.
Why pass her off as dead?
I found her medical file. It appears that for many years, your mother was her personal doctor. From what I read, she behaved more like a butcher than a doctor.
What are you talking about?
Attends, écoutons jusqu'au bout. Ma mère sera un bourreau.
I'm not a child. What's going on here?
John believed that his daughter was possessed. He appealed to your mother to save her, but the treatment she inflicted on the poor child... My God.
Look, stop beating around the bush. What exactly did she do to her?
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
My mother would never do something like that.
But she did. And with the blessing of the Order.
No, she wouldn't go that far. Prove it. Show me that file.
I left it in her room so as not to arouse suspicion.
My mother's not a monster.
I do not doubt that your mother meant well. But the techniques described in the file, it is pure torture.
Please. I need some time alone.
I have seen some horrors in my time. But if what is written in these damned documents is true, be brave, my boy.
Ok. Retournez vous coucher. Hein.
Golden elixir. Consume without excess.
Putain, mais c'est incroyable, quoi. Est-ce que j'ai chopé un point de compétence? Il m'en faut vraiment. Hein. Il m'en faut vraiment. Prochaine compétence gratuite, ouais. Un point d'effort inutilisable cumulable. Moi, j'aimerais bien avoir mon truc vigilance en entier, quoi. Bon, on va retourner se coucher. Hein. Bon, déjà, on avance un peu mieux en ayant fait ce choix-là. Ok, donc la gamine, elle aurait été possédée et ma mère l'aurait torturée. Oh, mais mon Dieu. Attends. Jacques Perru, ok. Napoléon Bonaparte. Émilie. Manuel. Ça va être la prochaine, moi.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Oh, très bien. La fin justifie les moyens. Super.
Could have been worse. Let's say that Miss Adams will remember it for a couple of days.
What? Did you not intervene?
Of course not. What did you want me to do? That thug could have snapped me in half in 2 seconds.
So, you prefer to let that fragile young lady take a beating rather than risk getting slapped around a bit yourself? Mr. Derice, your mother would not have been proud of you.
Listen, next time it happens, join me instead of hiding behind the door. If you're gonna talk big, back it up.
You should be ashamed. I will pray for your soul, my son. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? When I gave you in the home?
Celle qu'on a ouverte. Ouais.
I have a name to
Oh
add.
merde. Ah, pipote-le. Ah mon dieu, non.
Here
La
it is.
merde.
You opened it.
Ah oui.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your word before God.
I can assure you that my mother and I share everything.
That's enough. Your word is worthless. I give your mother this letter myself.
Mais c'est catastrophique là, non? Hein? En fait, j'aurais pas dû ouvrir la lettre, c'est ça? Voilà, j'aurais pas dû ouvrir la lettre, tout va bien.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll sleep in my room
C'est la
tomorrow.
cata, quoi.
Mother stayed here right before me. You never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Bon, ça va. Ah! Oui! Ajouter un point vigilance. Hop là. Attends. Attends 2 secondes. Ouais mais attends. Merde. Niveau 1. Est-ce que je l'ai en entier? Est-ce que je l'ai en entier ou pas?
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Alors attends, vos lectures. Un point de compétence en occultisme, un point de compétence en conviction. Ok, bon.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Bon, ça maintenant on connaît. Hein, on va foncer direct. Là.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
En tout cas, la tête des personnages font pas envie. Ah, c'est sûr, oui. J'avoue.
A Voyage Around the World. The travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible.
Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
The paper's rougher around the writing.
The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible.
Mm-hmm.
And the smell reminds me of something.
Ok, il y a une odeur. Examiner la page. Sauf que, ouais, choix déjà effectué.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Mais on doit avoir.
Look, markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Agilité, j'ai pas. Ok, on a visiblement...
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Golden elixir.
Ça, c'est déverrouillé.
Nothing.
Gelée royale, inventaire plein.
Writing material.
Inspecter.
From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
Ok, on a débloqué quelque chose.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book.
She must have used the writing materials.
The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Bah, soit la lumière d'une bougie, soit on fout quelque chose dessus. On va voir. Des cendres ou... Ah! Des cendres bien chauds. Allons-y. Mais j'ai des doutes, j'irai plutôt sur la lumière.
Damn, I'm making a serious mess here.
It's no good.
Merde.
Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no.
Oh, le
Only
fail!
traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Ok, on s'écarte. On cherche... Bon, il y a plein de bougies partout, de toute façon, là, non? Oh, petite toupiote. Prendre le bougeoir. Ok, et du coup...
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message.
Oui!
Let's see what my mother wrote.
Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable.
Ah, pétard!
Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Ok, niveau 2, occultisme, rejoignez le salon rouge au rez-de-chaussée. Alors 2 minutes, hein, ok, 2 minutes.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Je vais voir si maintenant elle s'ouvre pas, ses valises.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Faudrait que je trouve la gorgone aussi, là, tant que j'y suis. Hein. Ok, bon, on va descendre. Hein. Là, on sait que c'est un passage secret, mais on sait qu'il y a quelque chose qui peut ouvrir. Hein? On le sait. Juste pour voir, est-ce si on peut faire quelque chose... non.
Markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Jésus l'usure, tu parles. Bon.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Oh oui, il faut que je fouille la chambre des autres personnes.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ok, c'est fermé. On va juste voir si on peut fouiller la chambre des autres invités. Avant de descendre.
President George Washington.
Ah!
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Ok, lui il est là. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre?
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Ah. Yes!
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Oh la vache. Ok.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Oh, déverrouillé, oui!
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible. Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism.
Ça marche, merci
Is
Tim.
Elizabeth really possessed?
Merci beaucoup. Mais non, elle est pas prendre des notes par contre, oui. Elle est pas possédée, mais...
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Ok.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. June 11th, 1791.
Faudra qu'on lise ce qu'on a sur les
My dear
persos après.
Elizabeth, Your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer mattered to
Ok,
you.
elle a une frangine
Father
Abigail.
maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again.
Ok, on sait qu'elle a une frangine. C'est quoi l'autre truc?
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday.
Ok.
She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you.
D'accord. Sa frangine du coup communique avec elle. Putain, quel bordel. On n'a rien d'autre là? On a eu des infos du coup sur Elisabeth. Oh la vache. Inventaire plein, gelée royale.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Consommer les cristaux. Comment ça consommer les cristaux?
Let's see what it tastes like.
Oh merde.
Ugh. I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Faut que j'arrête de goûter tout ce que je vois. Oui, je pense. Ok, et... Croix de Malte. Ça, c'est cool. Ok, je pense qu'on est pas mal, là. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres chambres à fouiner là? C'est chez qui ça?
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Non. Ok, on peut monter après. Je fouine juste un peu au niveau des chambres pour trouver des infos sur les personnages.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Tiens, est-ce qu'on peut lui? Non, ok.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ah, Napoléon. Allons-y. Oui. Mince, subterfuge niveau 1. Je peux pas l'ouvrir celle-ci.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Ok, il faut que je passe par l'autre escalier.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Non, fermé aussi. Ça, c'est la mienne. Oui, et...
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal
je pense
Piaggi.
qu'elle est fermée aussi. Ouais. Ok, bon, on va descendre du coup. Hein. Quoique, c'est qui?
President George Washington.
Ah, on peut pas. Ok, bon. On va retrouver tout le monde. Hein. Ah, je peux pas passer par là non plus? Attends, mais je peux passer par où alors, moi? Où est-ce que je peux descendre? Il y avait le gars qui passait le balai. Je peux passer par là ou... Mince, mince, mince. Non plus. Ok. Et coucou Lina! Salut Papy Quedan, comment vous allez? Comment ça va? Je cherche juste ces escaliers pour descendre. Escalier où je peux passer, ça serait cool. Mais je tourne en rond? Ah non, c'est bon. Ok. Alors c'est très joyeux pour l'instant le jeu. Hein. Ma mère était un tortionnaire. Était une tortionnaire, je pense, n'est-ce pas?
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
Attends, excuse-toi pour hier soir, ne rien dire, est-ce qu'elle va mieux?
How's your eye?
I've had worse.
Please accept my apologies. If I'd stepped in sooner, you wouldn't have gotten that.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Alors, ma mère l'aurait torturée, elle.
What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Elle serait possédée. Hein.
Look,
très joyeux.
I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that?
Okay.
There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Je dois découvrir la vérité.
I want to find out what really happened.
No, you really don't want to know what your mother did when I shed my first blood at puberty.
On the contrary, you can tell me anything. Let me be my own judge.
Okay.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Sa sœur.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
Si, yeah.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
Yeah.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Ok.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service, day and night, sir.
Alors attends, je me demandais si vous pouviez me dépanner sur l'autre des vieux.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing
rien.
about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
Oh, qu'y a-t-il au premier étage?
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where sir will find
Le
his
second
private
étage.
rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Et du coup?
Anything else, sir?
Oui.
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer,
Okay.
sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does sir have any more questions?
Ok,
What is
faudra y aller.
outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help sir in any other way?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, sir may access the dining room. That is where sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, sir will also find access to the garden. But sir may be reassured, the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has sir another question?
Non. Non. Non, non. Ça ira, merci. Ok, je voulais voir quelque chose qu'il faut que je me note impérativement. C'est... C'est... Alors déjà, petit salon, en hall. Ça, c'était le journal des différents personnages. Donc elle, on sait qu'elle a une frangine, on sait que notre mère l'a torturée parce que tout le monde la pense possédée. Mortimer, donc ça c'est le maître des lieux qui ne se montre pas. Ça c'est notre mère. Ça c'est le con qui a frappé la nana. Ah oui, lui c'est le royaliste. Ami avec Bonaparte. Ok. Le prêtre. Ok. Par contre, personnage, j'ai rien. Ah, attends. Je crois que c'est ça plutôt qu'il faut que je regarde. Non, c'est pas ça. Talent non plus. Et les traits non plus. Je pensais que c'était... Où est le truc là avec les flèches? Ah, voilà. Ça, c'est 2 points d'effort. Gelé, élixir. Ah, voilà. C'est ça qu'il faut que je sache. Parce que du coup, je ne sais pas comment utiliser les trucs à chaque discussion. Ça, c'est important. Du coup, ça, c'est 2 points d'effort. Donc ça, c'est pour restaurer les points d'effort. Ça, c'est pour quoi? Altération. Altération négative. Je suis en train de noter... Altération négative. Ensuite, dévoile temporairement les immunités. Ça, c'est super important, la croix de Malte. Donc, dévoile immunité. C'est là, quand je suis en panique, en pleine discussion, ça peut tomber pas mal du tout. Plus vulnérabilité, affectant un choix de dialogue. Voilà. Ça, c'est cool. Et le dernier, eau de mélisse, compétence gratuite. Ouais, je vous avouerai que c'est plus l'immunité là qui m'intéresse. Ça, c'est la croix de Malte. Altération négative, ok. Et ça, c'est donc point d'effort. D'accord, bon, bah c'est bon, on est ok. Rendez-vous au salon rouge au rez-de-chaussée. Je suis au rez-de-chaussée? Yes, salon rouge.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
It's the least one can say.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to be.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Attends.
Please feel at home.
Surprisingly, you know Volner prohibited religious practices in Prussia. Renowned member of the Rose-Croix Order, former Freemason, great lover of alchemy.
Grand amateur
And look at
d'alchimie.
Piaggi fawning over him. I really do have a problem digesting political protocol.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Pourquoi c'est aussi important pour elle?
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Oh?
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Hâte d'en faire connaissance.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Oh, dear. Certainly not.
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Don't trouble yourself.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
And you, sir?
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet? It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Ah mais tout le monde, ça part en confidence, quoi.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
Okay.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Oh, confrontation!
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for
50 000 louis
cannons.
d'or. Pour 200 canons, 50 000 louis d'or pour 200 canons. J'en sais rien. Putain, j'en sais rien. Merde, j'en sais
I don't
rien.
know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity.
Merde.
I was hoping you would be up to the challenge.
Ah.
Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to
Que
restore
prôneriez-vous
its
pour que notre
luster?
pays aille mieux Laisser le peuple entièrement libre? Non? Établir une monarchie, non. Il faut un contre-révolution. Une contre-révolution.
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Oh, ça va? Ah, j'aurais pu fouiller la chambre de Napoléon Bonaparte. Mais attends, mais ça va? Ok, 4 points disponibles. Bon, alors attends, déjà d'une. On va remplir celui-là. Pour l'instant, on a quoi? On a occultisme niveau 2, on a vigilance niveau 2, alors on a psychologie, interrogatoire, étiquette. Conviction, ça amène. Persuadez-vous, détermination, diversion, linguistique, science, parce qu'il y a des choses qui sont assez importantes, subterfuge. J'arrive à bien placer les trucs, quoi. Déjà, on a ça. Manipulation. Déjà, voilà, on va valider déjà cela. Ensuite, il m'en reste plus que 2 des points. On a quoi d'autre? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Je peux valider celui-ci, interrogatoire. Après, j'ai vu quoi? Il y a science. Il m'en manquera 1. Là, c'est pareil. Il m'en manque... j'ai que 2 points à chaque fois. Persuadez vos interlocuteurs par votre détermination manifeste et votre attitude et adoptez le comportement adéquat à chaque situation et formulez des flatteries ou des insultes voilées. Qu'est-ce qui serait le mieux? Parce que j'aurais les 2 points pour valider étiquette, conviction, interrogatoire. Ce serait pas mal, hein. Psychologie, il m'en manquera toujours 1. Et agilité. Utilisez vos coordinations pour contre l'environnement et plus rarement contre les gens. Ah! On va tenter un interrogatoire.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Ok, où tous les regards se croisent. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Note de Richet. Conviction et politique. Qu'est-ce qui peut nous aider? Un point en politique, un point en conviction. Trouvez le lieu évoqué par votre mère. Attends, c'était quoi? C'était la gargouille?
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of
Péché de
gluttony is the
gourmandise.
most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say?
Salut
Lord
Marv, comment ça va?
is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Oui.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis. But continue to have faith in Santa.
Ah, pas lui dire non, c'est pas, on
You'll
s'inquiète
see,
pas
I'm
quoi.
sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
Ouais, ça va, je te
That's all I
remercie
hope for,
Marv.
Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Ah, là où tous les regards te toisent, ça vous parle. Je cherche une méduse. Attends.
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis.
Galerie de portraits. Ah,
But it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery.
Okay.
You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
ok, nickel. On prend la porte et on va tout droit. Et attends, c'est quoi ça?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Bon, l'autre est juste à côté, hein, mais c'est pas grave. Hein.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Attends, voir dans le menu. Hein. Objet non ramassé, inventaire. Ouais, mais attends, gelée royale.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Oh, mais j'ai trop de trucs, moi. J'ai trop de trucs. Eh, coucou Clarette, comment tu vas? Alors attends, la porte.
Seriously.
Tableau. T'aimes les tableaux là-dedans, hein. Vraiment. Hein. Merci Space Tonio d'être passé. Bonne soirée. Clé, ok. Clé à motif occulte de la Terre. Ok, là c'est la bibliothèque. Oh la vache. Ah, elle est chouette, hein.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Ça va bien, je te remercie, Clairette. Alors, juste un truc à faire. On traverse la bibliothèque. Ah ah ah. Inventaire gelé plein. Je peux en avoir que 5. Alors c'est top. Merci. On va éviter de courir. Hein.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Encyclopédie. Ok. Et la salle des portraits, du coup, il faut qu'on trouve une méduse.
Where all eyes size you up.
Ah oui, là où tous les regards se toisent. J'aurais dit se croisent, mais...
Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Ok. Trouver le lieu évoqué, donc ça c'est bon. Et trouver la méduse. Je partirais sur une statue, moi. Non, s'asseoir, non.
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
Eau de milice, donc ça c'est très bien. Ok, donc ça c'est pour les compétences gratuites.
A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting. The Company by Rembrandt. A fragment of
De
amber.
l'ambre, magnifique. On est bien.
The Fall of Phaeton. Another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is oozing by their ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Trouver la méduse. Il y a une pièce à côté par contre aussi. Ok, je vois des petites statuettes. Voilà. Par contre, on va juste là déverrouiller ça.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
C'était quoi? Ah oui, c'était pour dévoiler les immunités, ça. D'accord. Et la méduse.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern? And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Trouver la solution de l'énigme de la méduse. Est-ce que je peux... Comment ça? Attends.
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
J'ai pas la partie en latin. Ça c'est le bouclier. Ça c'est celui avec la lampe. Et là on a celui-là avec l'épée. Alors attends.
The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be often placed towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa. Perfect for the coup de grâce.
Est-ce que je suis censée revenir vers la méduse?
In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes.
Protéger ses yeux.
It can only be the hero holding the shield.
Ok. Faire pivoter. On est d'accord. Vers le héros à l'aigu. Ensuite. Bah oui, il peut rester comme ça, non? Oups.
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder?
Non mais ça on est d'accord.
Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning this shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Ah.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Exact, il faut que je change... Bah oui. Ça me semble déjà plus logique qu'il lui regarde directement la méduse.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa.
Ouais, mais on y est
Except
là.
for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Attends. Ok.
Whoa.
Oh, génial.
Rah!
Oh,
For
merde.
Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Attends, botte en touche avec humour. Retourne-lui la question après tout. Ah bah oui.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here. Yeah,
Hey,
just
shit.
like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Oh, ça suffit.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Ah, elle est chiante. Trouver une pirouette.
I admit everything, madam. You win. I've been bitten by the same bug as you.
I beg your pardon?
We can't resist being where we shouldn't, seeking out our host's little secrets. So, we have that in common, right?
I really thought you were going to answer me this time. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, your dreams. At your service, madam.
Ah ouais. Bon.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Emily, what if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change. All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Ok.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
Ok.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
The Gospel According to Judas, or How to Crucify Jesus as Part of God's Plan. You do realize that the contents of this book could undermine the very foundations of Christianity.
One more reason to leave it in the secret room of a lost manor on a private island.
Do you realize how important this book is?
Of course, but what I really want to know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor.
Ouais, c'est pas faux qu'il a une sacrée collection, hein.
How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Certainly not. Never entered my mind.
Pièces de collection, d'accord. Manque quelque chose ici.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that
Oh
old.
là là!
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
You find my fingers fat?
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser. Well, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Alors attends, on a des notes. On a des notes de Mortimer même. Alors on a quoi là? On a encyclopédie. Donc ça c'est tous les bouquins, notes, la clé, page du livre, encore une clé. Mouchoir de ma mère. On n'avait pas une note de l'autre là? Comment? Alors attends, qu'est-ce qu'on sait de plus sur elle par contre? Vulnérabilité psychologie, immunité logique. J'aurais pensé qu'on aurait trouvé... D'accord, bon. On continue de fouiner.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Mais elle est pas drôle! Merde!
Amber.
Ok.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Quoi,
Do you
600
think
ans?
all these properties really belong to him?
Attends. Voler les actes, peut-être des faux, plusieurs Mortimer. Si ça se trouve, il vieillit pas.
Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah. A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
Mais non.
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Ok, par contre j'avais vu autre chose derrière, ouais.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar.
Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Attends une seconde. Oh, je peux rien dire. Merde. Amenez Emilia à vous livrer son secret.
At least this way, things
Mais
are
oui,
clear.
mais
How do you expect me to open up to you at all if you can't even reassure me? Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Bah.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course, but what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Attends.
Oh, it's crystal clear. You don't like people telling you what to do, and you do like giving the orders to everyone.
If I were the matron you speak of, I would have found an underling to search this place, and I would be sound asleep in my bed.
Merde.
I already have a work partner. I know
my
my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Ouh. Sa mère, sa sœur, non, ma mère, non. Si.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Bon, c'est une femme.
Your partner must be your mother.
I would need to know who she is first.
Forgive me, I didn't know.
I'm an orphan. I thought you'd figured that out.
No, I didn't know.
Mais oui, putain, elle est
Otherwise, I wouldn't have
orpheline.
mentioned it.
En plus,
Now
je suis
you
con,
know.
putain, c'est pas possible.
Right, time is short. You haven't convinced me. I prefer to remain discreet. Don't take it the wrong way. All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister. And if I reacted so strongly at the sight of the cameo pendant, it's because I thought it belonged to her. But it doesn't.
I understand. I won't insist.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for
Ouais,
me.
mais le problème c'est
What
que...
should I do?
Ouais. Le problème c'est que, voilà, qu'est-ce qui
Sorry,
se passe?
Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night? While she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
Attends. Jauge de temps. Non mais ça d'accord, oui.
Did you talk to each other?
Mais j'ai vu. Mais non.
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
No.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay?
Non mais une gorgée, ça suffit.
I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Whoa. The alcohol's gone to my head.
Non mais tu vas pas reboire là.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Ah, qu'elle est chiante.
Man, I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night. Let's go easy on the drinking, okay? Alcohol won't solve our problems. Ugh, the second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me, or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her, forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Non mais on va pas non plus
Come
voir
on,
à chaque
Elizabeth.
fois là.
We have to finish what we started.
Bah, balance ta phrase et basta quoi. Ah. Bah oui, tu m'étonnes, intoxiqué. Élixir pour me soigner, attends.
I feel all dizzy. There must have been a reason. Just tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them!
What? What are you talking about? Silence what?
Les voix?
The voices.
Bah oui.
The voices in my head. They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Elle est folle alliée, elle est possédée.
Elizabeth, do you realize what you're saying?
Of course, Louis. This is what I live every day.
But these spirits, Elizabeth, don't exist. You do realize that. These voices in your head, it's you, in fact. Nobody is speaking to you.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me all the time. Yet your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result!
It's impossible, Mother. You spent your life trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist. Why punish this poor girl? Oh, shit. What has she done to you?
Uh-oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here. I beg you, tell me you believe me.
I'm here, Elizabeth. I'm right here with you. And I do believe you.
Thank you, Louis. You know, despite what people might think, I'm not crazy.
Bon, ça on verra, hein, on verra. C'est bon, inutile de boire, elle a tout dit là.
My God, Elizabeth, how is this possible?
Welcome to my world, Lil Louis. Welcome to my life.
Elizabeth, the whole story stinks of death. If I were you, I'd have left the moment you heard me speak about my mother. I don't know if she knows you're here, but if I had any doubt, I wouldn't take the risk.
Yeah, you're right. I can't stay here another minute. I need to get the hell out of here. I need to find a boat and get away. I'm not dying here.
Décuve d'abord. Hein.
Oh, I feel so dizzy.
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me. But my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my drink?
Oh, la
In
peste.
both. Don't worry, my little Louis. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh, pétard.
Oh, man. I feel like puking. I really feel like shit. I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm here now. I'll take good care of you, and then I'll leave.
Don't touch me!
Just if I get up, I'll fall.
Little Louie's tired. Leave everything to me. Just let go.
Oh mon Dieu, qu'est-ce qu'elle va faire? Attends, j'ai fini le premier épisode? C'est ça? La Gorgone, ouais. J'ai fini le premier épisode. C'est quoi ça? 7. C'est quoi après? Ah ouais, 8. Genre, je ziote, hein. Ouais, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ok. Bon, on a fini la première... On a fini le premier? Super. Ah bah voilà. Quelle heure il est? 19h30. 3h30. Prochaine session d'épisode demain. Ouh là, on va continuer la semaine prochaine aussi, hein, parce que vu le timing que ça prend, ben, j'avais calculé entre 10 et 15 heures. Remarquez, on n'est pas loin du tout, hein, mais carrément pas, quoi. Donc, nickel. Alors, attendez, retour. Ok. Eh ben voilà. On aura fait le... Je savais pas combien de temps ça allait durer les épisodes. Ça, c'était vraiment la question que je me posais par rapport à ça. Si ça allait durer ou pas. J'avais calculé entre 1h30 et 2h par épisode, en sachant qu'il y a 5 épisodes. Mais là, bon, je pense qu'il y a une demi-heure à enlever. Hein. En gros, c'est peut-être plus, même 2h30, 3h par épisode, quoi. C'est plutôt ça, hein. Ce qui fait que ce soit cool au final, parce que du coup, on va en avoir jusqu'à la semaine prochaine. Donc ça, c'est très très cool, d'ailleurs. Bah voilà, super. Ah bah super, bah ce sera bon pour aujourd'hui, du coup. Je vais aller manger, et je suis en train de regarder chez qui je peux vous envoyer, du coup aussi, faire un petit raid. Je vois que Lita n'est pas en ligne. Je suis en train de regarder chez qui je peux vous envoyer. Je sais pas ce que vous avez pensé du coup du jeu. Moi, je le trouve vraiment très sympa. Très très sympa même. Donc, non, c'est très cool. Alors, on a qui? Chez qui? Chez qui? Chez qui? Bon. Il n'y a personne. God. Chez qui? Chez qui? Chez qui? Ah, Vampires the Masquerade. Ah bah tiens. À savoir qu'en plus, ce jeu a été édité en plus par... Enfin, il a été développé par Big Bad Wolf, qui sont les développeurs en fait de Vampires the Masquerade Swan Song. Jeu narratif qui va sortir mi-mai. Donc ça c'est pas mal aussi. Du coup, je pense qu'on va aller sur du Vampires the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Pourquoi pas? Je vais faire un petit raid chez Benlek. On va rester dans les mêmes jeux, en tout cas les jeux qui sont développés par Big Bad Wolf, si déjà. Voilà. Et puis nous, on se retrouvera demain vers 16h pour la suite, du coup, avec le démarrage de l'épisode 2. Punaise. Et puis la suite, on continuera la semaine prochaine, quoi. Enfin, c'est cool, parce que ça va nous durer jusqu'à milieu de semaine prochaine. Je pensais pas que c'était aussi long. Mais il va falloir quand même que je m'améliore en manipulation et puis en découverte de choses, hein, mine de rien. Hein. Voilà, donc je prépare le raid tout doucement chez Benlek, comme dit. Et puis nous, on va se retrouver demain vers 16h pour la suite, tout simplement. Bonne soirée à toi aussi, Marv. Voilà, pour ce soir, ce sera bon. Et puis demain, comme dit, voilà, on continue. Et je lancerai le raid après chez Benlek, comme ça on reste dans le même style de jeu, en tout cas de développement, quoi. De développeurs, voilà. Comme dit, rendez-vous demain à 16h. N'hésitez pas du coup à suivre les différents réseaux sociaux pour, pour suivre YouTube notamment. Sur YouTube, il y a les rediffs des jeux dessus. Il y a Blackside qui est sorti cette semaine. J'ai fini Kena, donc Kena aussi qui avait été diffusé la semaine dernière. Donc pareil, il y a les rediffs aussi sur YouTube. Voilà, vous avez 2 semaines sur Twitch pour les revoir, mais sur YouTube, du coup, c'est un peu plus long. Et les vidéos restent, donc c'est cool. Donc comme dit Blacksad en rediff Twitch sur YouTube cette semaine. Première partie est déjà sur YouTube, la deuxième partie sera samedi. Et The Council, je commencerai à les mettre sur YouTube la semaine prochaine. Rendez-vous demain vers 16h pour la suite de The Council. D'ici là, comme dit, bon appétit, bon début de soirée plutôt. Et puis on se retrouvera demain pour la suite avec l'épisode numéro 2 de The Council. Je vous fais des bisous, je vous dis à demain. Excellente soirée à tous, prenez soin de vous. Bye bye, bonne soirée. À demain, des bisous.
I gotta find myself, gonna find it now. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. They wanna take me down, wanna see me crawl. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be the man. I gotta find myself, gotta find it now. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be the man. When I come to town for the last time, pull up in a fast car for the first time. I'm gonna say goodbye, you didn't see me cry. I got a million on my soul, go better not me on my own. They put a bounty on my soul. I got a million on my soul, go better not me on my own. They put a bounty on my soul. Won't you leave me alone, or leave me alone? I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. Won't you leave me alone, or leave me alone? I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. Oh, oh, Gonna find it now. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. They wanna take me down, wanna see me crawl. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be the man. I gotta find myself, gotta find it now. I gotta be a man, I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man, I gotta be the man. When I come to town for the last time, pull up in a fast car for the first time. I'm gonna say goodbye, you didn't see me cry. I got a million on my soul, go better not be on my own. They put a bounty on my soul. I got a million on my soul, go better not be on my own. They put a bounty on my soul. Won't you leave me alone, or leave me alone? I gotta be a man, I gotta be a man. Won't you leave me alone, find him now. I gotta be a man. I gotta be the man.
Now this might be a mistake, that I'm calling you the slate, but these dreams I have of you ain't real enough.
Started bringing up the past, how the things you love don't last, even though this isn't fair for both of us.
Ooh, maybe I'm just a fool, I still belong with you. Anywhere you are. Ooh, these minefields that I walk through. Ooh, what I risk to be close to you. Ooh, these minefields keeping me from you. Ooh, what I risk to be close to you. Close to you. I didn't notice what I lost until all the lights were off, and not knowing what you're up to tortured me.
Now this might be a mistake, we're broken in so many ways, but I piece us back together slowly.